What's going on, people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video I'll be ranking all of the buffed SMGs from the latest hotfix, so you know what happened to them and which ones you should hunt down first. 7 SMGs were adjusted, with 5 of them receiving substantial buffs, and those are the ones I'll be focusing on, letting you know where you can get them, what they do, and giving you tips on increasing their damage. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to, or you could even follow me on Twitter, and let's crack into it. We open this countdown of the best and biggest SMG buffs with the blazing Volley, a Hyperion made weapon that can only come in fire and can only be dropped from the world, making the SMG buff bunnies your best friend when it comes to obtaining one. Existing blazing volleys received a small 15.5% increase to their damage scaling, but you'll want to be hunting a new one as they can now spawn with barrel mod parts, and the one I'm using here is one of the old ones. It fires explosive rounds in a 6-shot burst with a medium burst delay, but the fact that it deals area damage 24/7 helps to make up for that. It's a great exponent against flash and will often burn through enemies in just a couple of bursts. Its mag size is healthy and its fire rate is nice, but I can't help thinking that its burst delay is holding it back. In saying that, each burst hits hard, and if you're looking for a weapon that'll turn up the heat on your competition, then this is definitely it. Moving on to the Shadowfire, a Ferior SMG that can come in dark magic and fire. It has an increased chance to drop from Mike, formerly known as the Mushroom Healer. You fight around here in Wheat Wild Dankness, but they also feature in the Cursed Run this week, so that is where I'd go. The Shadowfire had its damage upscaled from 1.2 to 1.5, which is great, but it also had its status effect chance doubled, sitting at a nice 50%. It spits elemental orbs out of its barrel at a decent pace, with every reload signaled by a towering stream of energy. Its reload effect won't hurt you at all, and because of its verticality can hit targets on the ground and floating above you at the same time. It's a Ferior weapon that doesn't favour either shooting or its reload effect. Both are equally damaging and gives you multiple options when it comes to dishing out damage. What adds an extra layer to this gun is its status effect chance and its status effect damage. That chance is applied to each of its elements you're firing, not just the ones that come from it, which have it tearing health bars down quickly even when you're not firing. It's refreshing to see a Ferior weapon that makes the most of everything it has, and the Shadowfire certainly does that. Moving on now to the Wizard's Pipe, an always elemental SMG that can come in all of them and has an increased chance to drop from Parasite. You fight around here in Tangle Drift. Parasite also features in the Cursed Run this week, and drop rates are good. The Wizard's Pipe received one of the biggest buffs, seeing its damage scaling increased by 57.5%. It always comes with a massive magazine size sitting over 50, fires at a good pace, and doesn't just fire bullets. Every 7 or 8 shots an orb will pop from its barrel, and there's also a chance for it to fire them in pairs. Each orb deals twice the damage of a traditional round, and they might just be sentient because they'll match themselves to the health bar they're targeting and home into them as well. That effect gives it great bonus damage, and boosting its fire rate will have them summoned more frequently. You would think being called the Wizard's Pipe, some part of this gun would deal spell damage, but unfortunately it's all gun damage here. Either way, you can use the Wizard's Pipe to smoke the competition. It may just be my favourite from this round of buffs. It's incredibly fun to use, and a gun moulded in the more traditional Borderlands vein. Next up, the Fragment Rain, another weapon made by Ferior. This one can only come in Frost, and at this stage is best farmed for from the Chaos Chamber, but does drop from the world. This one was a little bit weird in terms of the buff, as it was labelled as a shotgun originally, but is now rightfully an SMG, which resulted in a nice 30% odd damage increase. It fires either 4 or 5 projectiles per shot, consuming 2 to 3 ammo, and your best bet is to pick up the ×4 if you want your mag lasting for a decent amount of time. It was always a good gun, always best suited to mobbing, but now it's even better. Its projectiles fragment on contact with an enemy or surface, splitting into 3 more before targeting someone else. That makes it capable of dealing some incredible amount of collateral damage, where you'll notice the enemies behind and beside the one you're shooting at crumble into ice before your main focus is even dead. It's great for berserkers because it's always locked to frost, and stab monsters can increase its damage by making those ricocheting rounds always land as criticals. If you're looking for a mobbing machine to take to the dance floor, then you can't pick much better than this. Before number 1 is revealed, I just want to mention that the Heck Wader and Berea's Breath were also adjusted. The Heck Wader had its alt fire mode damage upscaling properly applied, and its damage increased by 8.3%. The Berea's Breath, on the other hand, is now more effective with its reload effect, and although they didn't change much, both these weapons are great. Number 1, we're here, we made it, and sitting on the throne is none other than the Throwable Hole, another Ferior weapon. This one only comes in Dark Magic and only drops from within the Chaos Chamber, making the SMG Bath Bunnies your best bet. The Throwable Hole had its damage upscaled by 40%, and its area damage increased by 91.6%, and it's those two things combined that give it top spot and make it a much different beast than we're used to. Unlike the other Ferior weapons in this countdown, this is one where you want to purely use its reload effect. Reloading will see you chuck it away and have a dark magic portal open where it lands. It sucks enemies in, drains their health, and does no damage at all to you. Each black hole lasts for 5 seconds and explodes, dealing a massive amount of damage. The initial portal doesn't deal great status over time until you chuck another one into the same hole, where it'll triple in strength as well as double in size. When taking this weapon to the mobbing field, it is insane, causing enemies to ragdoll in circles and draining their health bar in seconds. At full size, it covers a massive area, holding multiple mobs to its mercy. Its damage over time is easily powerful enough to delete enemies in the 5 seconds it's active, and if it doesn't, the powerful explosion that erupts when its time is done is more than enough to finish them. Bossing with this gun is a little harder, but you can still do it, although mobbing is where you'll find it to work best. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, learned about all the SMGs that got buffed, and which one is right for you. If you did, consider dropping a like or subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.